Hello lovers of books fashion, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be showing you how to have such a clean looking install. So first guys, you're going to clean the forehead with rubbing alcohol and cotton. So we are just trying to get rid of any dead cells and dirt so it doesn't affect our install. Then we are going to go in with our holding spray and we are going to slick that hair back. So some people use gel, you could use holding spray of your choice. We just want to get the hair slick back so it doesn't affect our install. So you could also do this while holding your blow dryer so it can speed up the process. So the first and most important thing guys, skin protectant. I can't emphasize this enough. Always remember to use your skin protectant. It protects your skin from the glue. You know guys, all these things we are using are chemicals, so it protects your skin and it also gives an additional hold to your install, so always make sure you use it. So we are going to apply our first layer of glue and we are going to spread it evenly to our hairline, and make sure you always apply thin layers so it can dry easily. The chunkier it is, the more it's going to give you white residue when you're done. And we're going to let this air dry, and when it's transparent you're going to go in with the second layer. So here is our second layer and we are also going to spread evenly. So you could go in with as many layers as you wish, depending on the quality of your glue, how long you want it to last, and factors best known to you. So personally, I usually go in with 3 layers because I feel like the glue I use is decent enough and it gets the job done with 3 layers. So yeah, so there is my third and final layer, and I'm just going to repeat the same process. So guys, one additional tip I'm going to give to you about this glue: always make sure you apply it below your hairline. That way you can always go in and add more if you feel like some places are lifting and that. So the reason you're doing this is to prevent glue from sticking on the areas where you're not going to have your lace laying on. It's really difficult to get rid of the glue on that area, so it's best to avoid it in general. But if you can't, I'm also going to show you how to get rid of glue from your forehead so it doesn't affect your install. Where your lace is not sitting, the glue there doesn't need to be there. So yeah, when the third layer is dry, you're going to go in and you're going to shift your lace in front. I'm sorry I'm obstructing the view, but guys, you know, my camera is set to a particular spot and I had to get this done. So here, so basically what I'm doing is just lifting this lace and putting it on the glue area. So I asked my client to help me to hold this down so it doesn't move a lot while I adjust the corners. We all know the corners are always a tussle, so I always make sure I get the center part first, so I prevent those wrinkles and those bumps that you're going to get if you don't align it properly. So when I get the center part and my client assists me to hold the middle part, I can then go in with the sides and I get them down and do any necessary adjustments I need to do. So guys, another tip: always make sure you measure your lace out perfectly. The area is supposed to sit, everything, make sure everything is measured out perfectly before you go in. That way, after putting your lace down, you don't have to take it up again to move it around, because things like this are going to affect how your glue is going to hold. It's advisable that once you put your lace down, you let it sit on that position, which is why I always make sure I do a trial, I do a test over and over and over to see how exactly the lace is going to sit. And when I lift the wig up to put my glue, I make sure when I'm putting it down, it's going to sit at that exact position. This is just to make things a little bit easy and less complicated for you guys. Nothing serious, but I think it really helps a lot if you follow these tips. So if you have any other questions, you let me know in the comment section, but I'm going to do my best to give you every tip and trick I know as I go. So after doing that, you're going to use a latte comb or whatsoever you're comfortable with, and you're just going to press down your lace to your glue. So if it's a brand new lace, you're going to have excess space that you can hold to do this. But if it's a used wig like this I'm working with, you're just going to make sure you're extremely careful. I'm sorry, because anything you do is going to make the lace to lift. So yeah, After doing that, I'm going to blow dry this hair and make sure the glue is dry before I tie it down. This is to prevent white residue as well. So two things that prevent white residue. First, let me give you a quick recap. The first thing is to use thin layers of glue. When you're putting your first, your second, your third, your fourth layer of glue, make sure they are thin. That way it dries and is completely transparent. What gives white residue is the chunk of glue that you have on your lace before you tie it down. That's what gives the white residue. And the second thing is to dry your lace completely before you tie it down. That is also going to reduce white residue. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead to coil the hair. I have a detailed tutorial on coiling, so I didn't really want to make this video longer than it already is. Yeah, I know we all have things to do, besties, and what you're learning you have to practice, so I get that. So I have a video up on how to properly coil your hair, and I'll be dropping another video on reverse bombshell and how to comb out your coil. So make sure you turn on your notifications, guys. You don't want to miss anything out. I'm going to be giving you all the tips and tricks and everything you need for a perfect install and styling. So yeah, so when I'm done coiling my hair, I always spray my holding spray just to make the spray last longer. And after doing that, I coil it back up and I pin down. So I'm going to release this after, but this just helps to make the coils last longer. So I'm going to repeat that for the rest of the hair. Of course, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to move on to our front part. So guys, a funny story, my hot comb won't start and I had to do this with my coiler. So I speed this up for the sake of speed as well. So what I did is basically I use hair mousse, I slip it down with my comb, and then I use my coiler to just give that heat effect and make it lay flat, and I achieve this, guys. So not having a hot comb is not an excuse. You can always do this. So yeah, guys, so that's what I did. So after coiling the rest of the hair, I put everything in place, applied my holding spray, and after some few minutes, we decided to take the coils out because my client had to head over to school. So yeah, so I took the coils out and she wanted me to give it a little comb. Yeah, she didn't want defined coils, so she wanted something kind of loose, kind of wavy, not too defined, but not too loose as well. So yeah, so after taking this down, I applied my holding spray as well. Like I just do from a distance, very little, so that I don't weigh down the hair. I don't want to oversaturate the hair with so many products. So now I'm going to go to the front part and I'm going to take out the coils. And remember, when taking out your coils, take it out in the direction to which you coiled your hair. And this is the end result, guys. If you're still to the end, I hope you did learn a thing or two. And make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on your notification, because I post amazing tutorials, amazing tips, amazing tricks you can always check out. And if you do not have time, check out our shorts. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.